as well. Another debut of a great band, John Patitucci and his new electric guitar quartet will be here in a few weeks. And then throughout the summer we have Christian McBride, Brian Blade, all kinds of fun stuff. So come back and see us. The second point, we are a listening room as always, particularly with these classical performances. They're fairly quiet, so please, in addition to taking care of your cell phones, if you don't mind keeping the talking to an absolute minimum, we've actually changed to a self-policing policy with talking. So if one of your neighbors is talking, you're going to appreciate this. You're welcome to throw stuff at them. Yeah, I know, well, the best part is that, like, depending on the volume of their talking or I guess your level of annoyance, you can decide the weight of what you throw at them, so. I have faith in you, you'll make a good judgment, don't worry. I did want to say a couple words because Jim has put on this series for, I guess about a year and a half now. And he's done such a phenomenal job, and he's actually going to be working with the Dairy Center up in Boulder, so everyone please go check that stuff out. There's going to be some amazing stuff happening up there. And a big round of applause for Jim Bailey, the curator of this series.
Thank you, Kevin. Self-policing policy. What could possibly go wrong? Thank you very much for being here tonight. This is a concert that is going to be a great deal of fun. Some of the top musicians in this part of the country, music that is wild on occasion, sometimes very intimate, but I think you're going to have a great time. I want to thank Dazzle for hosting this series. They've always been very wonderful about it. Dazzle is truly one of the great jazz clubs in the country. Raise your hand, yes. Raise your hand if this is your first time to Dazzle. That's great. That's a lot. Welcome. We hope you're back soon. Great jazz happens here. I'm not an employee of Dazzle, so you can believe me on all this. Great jazz happens here. Some of the great jazz performers in the United States, and a lot of the wonderful jazz talent that we have in the Denver, Boulder Front Range District, and we really do. Tremendous jazz musicians, and this is a fun club to come to. I also want to thank our sponsor, Sexy Pizza. I'm not making this up. Sexy Pizza has sponsored the classical music series now for about 2 years. Sexy Pizza does really make good pizza, and they have 4 locations in the Denver area. So if you happen to, as we're going to have here, I think for the next 5 days, weather like this, and this is great pizza weather. So stop by Sexy Pizza and tell them thank you very much for supporting live classical music in jazz clubs. And if you say that to them, they'll look at you and they won't have the slightest idea what you could possibly be talking about. But it is great to do classical music in a jazz club. One of my favorite things is doing classical music in alternative venues. I think it's important. I think classical music should be heard everywhere. And we have been able to have wonderful shows here, and tonight is going to be a perfect example of that. However, our first performance tonight will be a really special one. If you've come to our concerts before, you'll know that on occasions we do begin concerts with student performers, and we have a special one tonight. We have a string quartet from the Denver School of the Arts, and the composition that they're going to be playing is a composition by one of the members of the quartet, and it is, in fact, one of the male members of the quartet. And that male member of the quartet won a composition contest this past weekend, and the prize for winning the contest was money, which is a good thing, and a chance to perform at Dazzle for a great crowd, which is also a good thing. So I want to introduce the group. As I said, they're from Denver School of the Arts. First of all, the first violinist is Julie Minn. She's a very mature 11-year-old. Then second violin is Isabelle Oss. She is the She is the elder statesman of the group. She's very much older. She's very mature. She's 13. The violist is Claire Harris, age 12. And the cellist, the male member of the group, is Dylan Tyree, age 12. And so I would like to introduce this quartet to you. They're going to be performing Dylan's winning piece, and I believe he is going to say just a couple of words about the piece.
Okay, so my piece, this is from a movie me and my friends are making, and I'm the music director for this movie, and this is one of the pieces I wrote, and the most major piece I've ever written before. So.
What's the movie about?
It's a spy movie, pretty much. This is the introduction to it.
Thank you very much for performing for us.